Christmas is such a magical time of year. Some of my strongest childhood memories come from this season. The glow of the tree and fire, laughter and time together, and the feeling of a full and warm home. And now as an adult, I've realized it was never and has never really been about the perfect tree, the treats, or a stack of presents. It wasn't really even about the traditions themselves, even though I thought it was. What stays with us, what our children would carry long after the season is over, is the feeling. A home filled with peace, parents who are present and happy, simple, cozy moments we create together. So this year we're leaning into that. Slow days at home, simple decor, crafts, baking, and little things that we've warmed throughout this cold season. Tonight I'm mixing up a dough of sourdough star bread for our Christmas movie night tomorrow, which my oldest is so excited for. This bread looks so much more impressive than cinnamon rolls, but is surprisingly easy, would make the sweetest homemade gift, and pulls apart beautifully for parties. I just warm milk, butter, and sugar to around 70 to 80 degrees, just slightly warm to the touch. You don't want it to kill the starter. Stir in the sourdough starter and an egg before adding in the flour. That's it, just a few sets of stretch and folds. This dough is a bit thicker, but it does turn into a nice soft and smooth ball. From there, it just rises overnight in our cool kitchen, slowly developing that perfect flavor and fermenting until morning. To really show up for my family with the patience and energy that's needed to get through all the little storms and create that environment I was just talking about, I try to wake up around 30 minutes early before the kids do these days, a few mornings a week. There's something almost magical about this quiet stillness. A chance to wake up, breathe, and spend a few minutes in the Word. It just completely resets my heart and mind. And yes, I could absolutely use more sleep, but somehow this tiny investment gives back tenfold. I'm not making up 2 hours before them, just, 15 to 30 minutes, and it steadies me for the day ahead. Helps me respond instead of react, and the soft glow of the Christmas tree makes it a little more easy these days, almost like a little gift to myself. My oldest is such a big help this year, and honestly, it took me by surprise. Last Christmas, I had to be kind of like right beside him with every single ornament, but this time he gathers them up, adds the hook, hangs them all on his own. It feels like there's finally a little light at the end of that toddler tunnel, but at the same time, it breaks my heart a bit to see how quickly he's growing and changing and becoming a boy, but just trying to soak in every moment while it's still there. I always let him decorate the bottom of the tree with kid-made, non-breakable ornaments, and he took his job very seriously. He even added all his little tiny jingle bells in the tree, and all of them clustered and clumped together in one spot. Too cute. Those imperfect little touches are the ones I know I'll miss the most one day, the things I'll wish for when he's moved on. The last little touch on my list today was finishing this wreath. I wasn't loving the brown ribbon it came with. I couldn't get it to hang up, so I swapped it for a deep red one and secured it with just a simple open paper clip. Surprisingly, it worked perfectly. Thank you, Google. I hung it with a tiny nail and ribbon, and it's the piece that brings this space together and makes it feel so much more festive and finished. And on cozy days at home like this, I almost always have a pot of bone broth simmering. I just toss in leftover bones and a few vegetables and let it work its magic all day long. It's stocked up and ready for nourishing meals next week. If you're ever wondering how to get a really rich gelatinous broth, I'll link the video here I made on that. It makes such a difference. These are older bones, so I need to be starting a fresh batch soon and get that gelatinous broth again. not going to grow a lot of it, but we're going to attempt to grow some garlic here.
Garlic here?
Yeah. Maybe just in the corner where it gets a little sun. Garlic needs a period of cold weather to help it grow real good. So I think we'll plant, what do we got here? Oh yeah, just get that root. Okay, now give me a garlic. They need to be planted about 6 to 8 inches apart. Dig them in, tuck them in tight. Hopefully they grow, huh?
Sweet dreams, peas.
Sweet dreams, garlic.
Sweet dreams, garlic.
The kids are sleeping, so I'm going to start dinner, which is going to be some braised short ribs. I'm going to do it kind of more the classical way over some mashed potatoes, but I'm also going to make some caramelized onions to go in there and add some apples too. So hope it turns out really good. This recipe looks promising. You just need to slice the onions really thin and caramelize them after you sear the meat. And the meat was not in our grocery order, so my husband's going to go get that. Otherwise, I would just have that going right now. I really need to get a compost going. If anyone has any tips on doing that in the city, like what has worked best for you, please let me know in the comments. It feels like such a waste throwing all this organic vegetable matter into the trash. After the main decorating is done, I always step back and take a look at what's left. There's something so satisfying about finding a home for those extra pieces. I probably need to fluff or comb this a bit to make it look a little neater, but these little worn vintage looking ornaments add such a nice charm. They make the entryway feel instantly more Christmassy the moment you walk in, and the best part is it didn't cost anything extra. While I wait for the ribs to get started, I'm gonna go ahead and get that sourdough star going. Let this come to room temperature and then roll it out into 4 pieces. And then you just kind of layer in the sugar and butter and twist it, cut it and twist it.
Mommy, it says we need to do it now.
Y'all, this turned out so delicious. The caramelized cider onions add so much depth and richness to this dish, and the sweetness from the apples just ties it all together really nicely. It's a nice change from the more common tomato-based roast-like flavors, warm, cozy, and slightly unexpected. This would make a perfect Christmas Eve dinner. It could feed a crowd, it feels a little special, and most of it can be prepped ahead of time, which is always such a gift on busy holiday nights. It's in our oven now, filling the house with a really nice, comforting smell. The dough is at room temperature too, so ready to start cutting that into 4 pieces and rolling it out for the star bread. It's not sticky at all, which means it's super easy to work with and makes this recipe feel more simple than it looks. Each layer gets brushed with melted butter, sprinkled with the cinnamon sugar mixture, except for the very top one. It doesn't need to be perfectly round, but starting with a smooth, even ball and turning it 90 degrees every few rolls will help keep the nice round shape. I always save the largest piece for the top so I can just gently tuck the edges in around it. It's such an impressive, beautiful bread, yet incredibly forgiving, perfect for a cozy Christmas baking activity with younger kids. They'll love helping layer it, put the butter and sugar in, twist it, and reveal that star shape at the end. Plus, it also has these great benefits of being a fermented bread. To make the star shape look its best, I like to twist each section just twice, pinch it at the ends real good so it forms a clean, pretty star-like point. I try to do at least one small festive activity each day with the kids to make the season feel extra special for them. I'll show you a little bit later about how I'm doing that and picking that out, but it doesn't have to be anything big at all. I did finally figure out how this old DVD player worked, which honestly made all of us excited for movie night. I forget how nice it is to put the movie in, the small things my children will never understand. I'm so proud of how this turned out. It rose beautifully in the oven, it got really puffy and more gorgeous than I expected. I did have to add a sheet of foil towards the end so it wouldn't over brown. It's soft, pull apart, sweet cinnamon layers. It's so good, it barely lasted a day. And nothing beats dessert in a movie even before dinner. Our roast turned out super tender too, and the apple cider flavors gives it this interesting twist without overpowering anything. It came together to make a very memorable and cozy wintry day. To make this season more special and to kind of help me keep on track of those small, simple activities that I want to do with the kids, I've had these little cards with a simple activity and a short piece of scripture from Jesus' birth story. My son looks forward to it every day. I didn't have any of this hot cocoa on hand, so I just melted a little chocolate with honey, added some warm milk, and he was thrilled. Surprisingly seemed to like it even more than the packaged stuff, maybe because he had a hand in making it. I had considered making gingerbread houses from scratch, but after some research, I realized it would be a lot of work, and honestly, these magical moments depend so much on my attitude and energy. We simply cannot do it all. I don't love that the store-bought kits are full of not so great ingredients, but the hot cocoa and delicious bread meant that he was not upset about not eating the candy. We ended up with the sweetest time together, just the two of us, and these memories are what will stay with me forever and make this season so special, and I hope for him too. Well, I hope you're also finding ways to create beautiful, peaceful moments with the people you love this season. Thank you for being here, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and follow along for more. Take care.